everybody, today I'm making a tier list of counselors based on their strengths and weaknesses. If you're interested in making your own tier list, just Google tier maker and you can find this website where you can make tier lists about anything you want. Like you can see, the one who I put first in S rank is Vanessa, and I have lots of reasons to put her first. The first thing that comes to my mind when I see her stats: this girl can run Jason around any cabin, anytime. She is incredible. My favorite character because I love to spend 20 minutes in each match. Also, she's good for buying time for others because of her stats, obviously. She's good for a pro and a bad player. And yes, I know, she cannot repair, but you can be helping there when somebody is repairing something. Let's say AJ or Deborah, La Chapa, somebody is repairing. You can be helping there. And you can also bring items with her. She's definitely top tier to me. Shall we continue? So the other person who I put on S rank is AJ. And this one was a little bit tricky. I was thinking to put her on A or B, but then I was looking a little bit her and I was looking my videos of her what I have made, and I started to understand that she is very powerful character. She is very well balanced character. She has okay stamina and speed, but repair and stealth are awesome. And with all the perks, 3 perks which you can put for her, you can make her very strong. You can put marathon, which makes the stamina better, or some perks which make her quicker, and she's gonna be even more balanced. She's a good option for new and older players, and I like her a lot. We are now moving to tier A, and I'm gonna start with Brandon. Brandon used to be S rank to me, but now he's only A, and the reason behind it is Jason's buff, which is basically that you cannot stun Jason after the rage. But Brandon is still a good character to use. You can run Jason around, and before Jason gets rage, you can be stunning him. I don't recommend Brandon to new players, and the thing is, why I say this is that, well, you can be stunning Jason, but the thing is, you need to land your hits. If you don't hit Jason, you're basically dead, if you don't have pocket knife or sprays. Next on my list is Deborah, and I think I should have put her a little bit lower, but I chose already, so here she is. Like you can see, she's very similar to AJ, but her stamina and speed suck. Like look at that, it's very bad. Stealth and repair are good, just like with AJ. I worry a lot when I play as her because of her stamina and speed, but I always fix it with some good perks like with marathon or sneaky. So I'm often very fine after all, but she is difficult to use, especially if you need to find something, some items from a distance, you need to go and get them. That is a problem with her. It takes a long time to go and pick up stuff. I think she's okay character for new players, but I would still recommend her for older players. I just think she's a little bit difficult for a new player because of the stamina, but she's very nice and I like to play as her. Last one who I put on tier A is Tiffany Cox, and here you can see reasons why I put her on this tier. Her personal best stats are speed, stamina and stealth. And the other ones, they don't really work with her. Luck is okay, composure still goes, but repair, it's real bad. You can still fix the problem with the repair with Tinker or something else. She is just fine character to use. Maybe I should have put her a little bit lower. Rank A is maybe way too good for her. But I personally do great when I play as her. But I recommend her for older players because the repair, it isn't good. But yeah, she's a fine character to use. I like her a lot. So next we have Kenny, and he's basically middle of the pack, B tier survivor. All his stats are 5 out of 10. He's average, and that's what my boyfriend Harry also says. He says that he's kinda slow, yeah, understandable. And he says also that it's hard for him to survive for long as Kenny, and I can understand that, but Kenny can be really strong if he's played right. So he's good for new players, in my opinion. Okay, so next there is Chad, and immediately putting him in the B tier. I didn't really even think about this more than I was just like, he's in the middle. And what my boyfriend has to say is only one thing, because he didn't really make up anything else, but he said best but the worst luck. And somewhat I can understand that. Sometimes you feel like the weapons even break quick and you spawn at the worst possible places, but he's overall a good character, especially with the speed, so you can like buy time for others. He's not the best for repairing or helping others all the way than just buying time, but he's a good character. But I don't recommend him for new players because he might be a little difficult because of his stats. So maybe someone else, like again Kenny is really good for new players. So next there is Fox, and I think she's pretty good. Not the best, not the worst, and again she's like in the middle. So she's not bad in my opinion. Her repair is good, so if you find the items or somebody brings you the items to fix, either the phone, the car, the boat, she's good. But if you wanna run away from Jason, this is gonna be a little bit difficult because of the stamina and speed. Harry says that she's pretty average, and well, I think she is pretty average. There's not much to say about her. She's just a good character, but I recommend her for older players, and she can be unlocked later on in the game when you have leveled up. So she's good. So next there's gonna be Victoria, and I think she's a really good survivor. But I don't know, she is like really similar to Chad in my opinion. And what my boyfriend has to say, he thinks that Victoria is easy to learn, and in some way better than Chad. It probably has something to do with the stamina. The luck is obviously a little bit worse, but they are really similar survivors. And also my boyfriend has said that some way it's easier to control Victoria, and I feel like she's smoother to control because she's not so quick, because the speed is only 4 out of 10. But I don't know, it can be really about the lobby and all that, but she's a good B tier survivor. Next we have Adam, who is a good survivor in many ways, and I kinda call him like a fighter or protective survivor. And what Harry has to say is that he's good for new players. Obviously, you can see the composure, strength, and repair being the main strengths on him, but he is average, pretty much. And also what Harry says is that he's kind of like a second wind or chance survivor. So like if you mess up, you have a second chance usually because of the stamina. You can kinda somewhat leave the area, with the speed also being okay. And he's overall good. And also because of composure, that's something you gotta remember, because it's really good. If Jason grabs you, you can pretty easily wiggle out, which is really good. So I think he's just overall good, especially for new players. Next there is Jenny Myers, and Harry doesn't have much to say about her because, well, he has never used really Jenny, so he doesn't know. But I told him about the stats, so he said that Jenny's probably good for new players, and I totally agree with this because Jenny's more like hiding and then getting away if Jason is about to find you. So she's good like wasting time, not really like repairing or running Jason around, like Vanessa could run Jason around, and AJ or Deborah LaChapa could like repair things. So she's kinda like hiding away, staying kinda there, like out of everything, like out of the action. So she's overall okay. I kinda feel like, obviously I put her a little bit lower than the B tier, C tier obviously now. So she's okay, but definitely not in the B tier.
She's just there. She's not like something you always think about, oh my god, Jenny's so amazing. She's just like there. So next in the C tier is gonna be Mitch. And I think he maybe deserves a spot higher, like in the B tier, but then again he doesn't. He's not as good as the B tier survivors. Maybe he could be between B and C tier, but I don't know. Anyways, what Harry has to say about him is that he thinks Mitch is a team player and works well in a team, but he can go and do his own thing too. I personally see him as like a survivor who goes to fix something. Then if Jason comes to him, Jason can grab him, and then pretty easily, obviously with the composure, Mitch can get free from the grab, run to the closest house with his low stamina and speed, but he can make it there I think, and then hide away because of his okay stealth. So I think he kind of works like that, especially like in a situation where there's not many survivors left. He's good survivor, but really difficult to use for new players. So next there is last one also in the C tier is Sheldon, and obviously I kind of feel like he's one of the worst ones, and I feel like I should have put him to the last tier, but then I feel like he can do good if the Jason is really bad. And well, I asked from Harry and he had a really strong opinion about him and said that he's terrible because he's really loud and also really slow, which I understand. Shelly makes a lot of sound if Jason just morphs there, so he just like screams really loud. But then again, he has a good stealth, but he gets scared really easily. That's annoying. And yeah, his luck is terrible too. But I feel like Shelly is kind of like having the problem that the stats you want to have high, like the stamina, speed, and repair, are really bad, but then the ones which you don't really care about are really high. Well, okay, composure can be nice at times, but it doesn't always work. Even if you have a high composure, you might not even get free. And well, stealth can be nice, but then again, he screams really loud. And strength is good. I mean, if the Jason doesn't get rage quick, but if he does, if people been hitting him with the melee weapons or maybe a shotgun, he might be near rage, and then the stat comes pretty much completely useless. So he's kinda really bad. So the last one on the list is gonna be La Chapa, and well, he's the last one in the list. Obviously, he's not really fast. He doesn't really work with many people. Like, he's a really difficult one to use. I feel like if the La Chapa, if you play as La Chapa and you want to repair, you need to have help there because the composure, it's somewhat okay, but then again, you're most likely gonna die if the Jason grabs you and you don't have a pocket knife. So help is needed when you repair as him, but he's not like gonna take long with the repairing. So if you hit your skill checks, then it's gonna be easy win. But what Harry said is that he's good for hiding, and somewhat yeah, especially with the stealth, it looks like he could hide away for a long time in the match. But then there comes the problem with the fact that Jason gets rage and then he can just see you. So you cannot hide the full match, so you need to do something. And repairing is a good idea if you have friends you play with or just people who want to help you. So yeah. So he's an okay one, but you need to know how to play him, and I don't recommend him for the new players. He's decent, but definitely the last one in the list. Last one who I want to talk about is Tommy Jarvis, and obviously there's not much to say because everyone knows that his stats are 10 out of 10, everything. So he's just superior, amazing, just my favorite character obviously, but I think for everyone he's their favorite character because, well, it's so easy to use him. So I'm not gonna list him also because he's not like you can play him other than if you die and he has been called, and if you have the luck and to play as him. So when you get to play as him, you're lucky because I never fucking do. I'm annoyed because I really like to play as him, but he's just so good. So I'm not gonna put in the list. Obviously, he would be on the top. Amazing. If you get to play as him, don't fuck it up, okay?
So I looked back my old videos and I understood how well I did with her back in time. Then I looked back. Then I looked back. Brandon used to be. Fuck. I used to. No. Brandon used to be an S rank to me, but then Brandon used to be my favorite character because you don't believe me. If you don't, I'm gonna suck your. Think this again, and I think she deserves the spot.